Thank you for joining only in Sedona Yoga for this Hatha to Restorative flow. These gentle, basic flows are intended for yogis of all levels, including beginners and those using their program as part of their healing therapy. Please feel free to surround yourself with any props you like, blocks, straps, bolsters, towels, and let's talk to our mats. All right, beautiful yogi, begin this flow by just having an easy, comfortable Sukhasana seat on your mat as we take at least 3 deep breaths together. And all I want you to do is just check in with yourself during this time. Mindfully observe how you feel. Take your physical, mental, emotional temperature. And just observe without any judgment. Simply observe. Remember, you are not your thoughts, and you are not your feelings, any more than you are your arm or your leg. However, your thoughts and feelings and activities work together to influence each other. So just observe where you are now as you draw your awareness inward. And as you feel ready to move, just start rotating out that body, moving your spine fluidly, starting to get a little bit of fluid flowing to those joints. Stay tuned into your breath, tuned into how you feel as you take it the other way. And then just come up to sit. Take a nice deep breath, inhale. And as you exhale, rotate your wrists as you twist to one side, getting some blood flowing to your wrist, opening up that spine. Maybe so much that with your next inhale, you come up, look up, elongate the side body. Before just switching that to the other side, you can switch the direction of the cross of your leg. Take another nice deep breath. Rotate out those wrists as you twist. And then just take that back arm up and over. And as you unwind from this twist, come into all fours, preparing for a few cat-cows. Inhaling as you let your body sink. Exhaling as you arch like a scared Halloween kitty. Unite your breath and body movement as you give me 3 more here. And you can sigh and smile anytime you like. Smiling also helps to adjust your mindset. Just come forward. Take a little yin style sphinx to start to open up that low back in a different direction. Maybe start walking it up to seal. Maybe looking over each shoulder. And then you're going to come back and meet me in child's pose. Walking your hands to either side before we press up into our first down dog. So first, sink back into that child's pose. Maybe walk it out a little if that feels good for you. Or just surrendering in the middle. And then come rounding on up. Tuck your toes. Lift your hips a little higher as you come into your first down dog. So you're in a pyramid shape. We're going to adjust by bending our knees, lifting that tush a little higher, dropping the heels, and once more unite breath and body by walking out your dog for a few breaths. You can look under either arm as you do so. Really just exploring how it feels as you shift that body weight. And then lift on both toes. Drop those heels. Give me a breath or two in your down dog. And come walking forward, preparing to come up tall in your mountain pose. But before we do, just let your elbows cross in front of you. Tick-tock it out. If it's comfortable, you can let your arms drop. You can walk from either side. Or you can just stay here like a grandfather clock. What's most important is you keep those knees soft as you gently roll up to your mountain pose, taking a deep breath as you look up to the sky. Stretch an inch taller to elongate that spine. And pause in the center to reconnect with yourself for a breath before we flow through the Hatha portion of our show. Just go ahead and take a nice deep inhale up. Exhale, flowing through our first vinyasa together. Slowly come down into your forward fold. You can hold wherever you're comfortable. You can also put blocks right here. Blocks are great, especially if you have some lower back problems. So ultimately, let yourself relax to a forward fold. Before inhaling to a flat spine, placing those palms on the earth, stepping back to plank, chaturanga down. Hover for a second as you feel your strength, and then you can take up dog as you like, or let your belly rest and take a cobra, whichever feels good for you today. Press yourself up, tucking those toes. Meet me back in your down dog, please. Take a moment to adjust and get comfortable in this posture, and take a breath or two before inhaling that left leg up. Exhaling as you bring it through. We're going to go into a warrior two. So plant that front foot between your palms, pivot the back to 45 degrees, cartwheel up to a beautiful warrior two, and just give me a few breaths here as you mindfully explore your leg strength. Your next inhale takes you to a peaceful warrior, and then come over into a side angle. You can hold here, or you can come all the way down. Yogi's choice. Look towards those extended fingers if you can. And then lower that palm to the earth. Open with a twist to the other way. Reach, reach, reach. Maybe even let this arm come down. Feel a little extra twist. Or for coming back through, dropping that back knee, opening up into Anjaneyasana. And do a little bonus here. Take your arms up and just cactus those arms as you mindfully feel your shoulder blades just kind of slide down your back. And you can do this 2 or 3 times, or you can just hold. And when you've had enough, bring your palms to the mat, slide on back, and take that tilty letter L, your half splits. If you have no lumbar problems, go ahead and relax. If you do, try to keep that spine straight. Really lift up and away from that hip. And as you've had enough here, bring that front toe down. Lift the back foot, come into a pyramid, and just hold here. We have a little bit of balance after this. But for now, explore your pyramid pose. Feel it opening the back of that front hamstring. Just let your upper body ragdoll. Again, here's a great place for blocks. You want to put blocks under your hands. And prepare to move into a slight balance pose. Just walk yourself forward. Lift your back leg, just like that. If you can, open to your half moon. Hold it here. And if you can, look up. If that causes you to lose your balance, or if you have the sun in your eye, it's okay to skip that step. But when you've had enough, bring out of it with control, surrendering to your forward fold before softening to those knees, rounding up to the top. Look up, get an inch taller. We're coming back to heart center. Another mindful pause as you explore how that side of your body feels after opening up. Moving through that on the other side, take a nice deep breath, inhale. Get an inch taller before surrendering to your forward fold. Inhale to your flat spine, and then bring your palms to the mat as you step back into your plank, top of a push-up. You always have the option to drop your knees to chaturanga, or come on down, feel your strength, and I'll show you an up dog this time, but feel free to let your belly rest and take that cobra. Either way, when you've had enough, meet me back in your down dog, where we'll hang out here and breathe, maybe adjust. And your next inhale, lift the right leg up this time. And we're gonna bring it on through for that warrior two on the other side. So plant it between your palms, back foot pivot, cartwheel up. Warrior two, feel the strength of your legs. Your next inhale takes peaceful warrior. Your next exhale takes any version of a side angle that you like. All the way down or staying lifted. If you're here, think of lifting up and out, looking towards those fingertips. And then bring it around and open up with a twist. And if you want a little more, you can wrap that arm. Either way, when you've had enough, come on down. Taking your Anjaneyasana, and just like we did on the other side, feel those shoulder blades here. So take some cactus arms as you feel them slide down your back. Maybe do that one or two more times. Yoga is all about getting to know something about yourself, your body, your mind, your spirit. Bring your hands to the mat, press back, and take that half split. Remember, you can collapse, you can stack blocks, whatever works for your unique and wonderful body. And when you've had enough, come on forward, tuck that back toe, find your pyramid pose. Take some time to adjust, get the right expression of that pose. Wiggle into it and breathe. You can practice your Ujjayi breath. Sounds a little like your Darth Vader breath. Letting it echo over your soft palate as you exhale. Creating a little fire with that breath. And then when you're ready, just come creeping forward for that balance. Set up your tripod before you lift that back leg. And then when you're ready, open up to your half moon. And when you've had enough, come out of that balance with control. Surrender down to your forward fold before softening your knees, rounding it up, looking up overhead, stretch an inch taller. Mindful pause here at the center. Come forward to the front of your mat so we can segue down. If you have some fun props, you might want to grab them and have them handy. And we're just going to go into a little yogi squat, so bring your hands to prayer and just gently lower down. This is so good for your knees. I should know. Knee problems run in my family. I have had surgery. But every part of your body works in tandem with every other part. So by stretching and strengthening the other muscles around your knees, if something goes wrong, you have a bit more support to pick up the slack. Always got to find that balance between gentle movement, nurturing yourself, challenging yourself so that you grow, but doing so with self-compassion. And with that, just come into a seated position. We're going to take Janu, but we're going to use a bolster, or if you have a pillow or a block, you can just put it, and you're just going to sit on it. So you still have the palm of that foot against this leg. You are turned towards that extended leg. You're going to lift up nice and tall. If you have a strap, you can use a strap here, or you can simply hold. You can reach toward the toes, but you don't have to. You can also play with letting the spine round. Again, if you have lumbar spine problems, probably feels better to keep it up here. And we'll be holding each of these poses for a minute or two, so play with it. Take your time, get comfy. Feel free to move, to change it slightly. And if any pose ever causes you physical or emotional discomfort, feel free to exit out and take something else. Your practice is to heal, but also empower you. Take another breath or two here, beautiful yogi. And then come walking up. We're going to turn this around into a pigeon. So you're going to move your bolster. You're going to take this bent leg. You're going to turn towards it. I'll move my bolster so you can see. You might be out more here. You might be in more here. If you're a fan of the yin tradition, it's called a sleeping swan. Either way, find the expression of the posture that works for you and focus in on your breath. When you've had enough there, just come walking up. Move that bolster. Switch sides with those legs. Taking your time as you move into Janu on the other side. Sitting tall in that bolster, remember, you can use a strap, you can place blocks here. Either way, start with a deep inhale and then find the expression of the posture that works for you so that you can focus on your breath. And when you've had enough, begin rotating towards that pigeon or sleeping swan if you prefer. Finding the expression that works and leaning into stillness as you breathe. And you've had enough here. Come on up. Gently bring yourself around, and you have several options for our next stretch. You can lay on your side. You can grab your ankle and stretch back here. You can lay on your belly, even use your bolster and take it here. If it is within your practice, you can take half saddle by placing that bolster against your low back and come on back. When you've had enough, gently release that leg. Take your time switching sides, maybe wiggle those legs out a little before switching to the other side. Remember, you have multiple options. Choose the one that works for your body. And it may help to start elongating your exhales a little longer than your inhales. We have 2 final poses, twists after this, followed by a very brief body scan as we take Shavasana. When you've had enough, gently untangle yourself from this one. Give those knees a little love. And then place your bolster to the side. Go ahead and come on back. Bring one knee, the opposite knee of your bolster, to 45 degrees. Open your arms and just give me a twist using that bolster or pillow to catch that knee. Makes it a little easier on your low back. Release this pose and just switch sides. Do you have to use the bolster? Of course not. But if it's right for your body today, you always have that option. I really want you to personalize these flows for your body and your healing. And when you've had enough, roll over onto your back, taking Shavasana. You can place your bolster beneath your knees. Sometimes it feels good to have that extra support. And just begin breathing, perhaps inhaling for a 4 count. And exhaling for a 5 count. And as you relax and breathe, draw your awareness to the crown of your head. And then the center of your forehead. Your eyes, letting all the tiny muscles behind them relax. Relaxing your jaw. Draw your awareness to your shoulders, traveling down your arms to your fingertips, feeling each one in turn from your thumbs to your first finger, 2, 3, and 4. Travel back up your arms, bringing your awareness to your throat and to your heart center. Draw your awareness to your solar plexus and to your navel. Your hips, and traveling down each leg, lingering to give your knees a kiss before reaching your feet, your ankles, and each of your toes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Give me 1 or 2 silent breaths here as you just focus your awareness on your physical sensations and how you feel after your practice. And if you plan to continue with your day, gently roll over onto one side, but take your time. Take your time moving yourself back up to seated. And taking whatever comfortable seat feels good. Taking a breath or two to let your body reacclimate to being upright. As we seal our practice with a nice deep breath, inhale. Tapping our foreheads to remind us to be mindful of our thoughts. Our lips to be mindful of our speech. And our hearts in gratitude for our practice. Namaste.